I appreciate the conversation around it, but as I joined the league when we weren't even in our 25th season and the men's leagues are in their 75th and 105th and 110th season, someone asked me whether we were a charity. And I said, like a 501c3.
Was that offensive to you?
No, well, it was not shocking to me.
And hits for months because I wanted her on Team USA, and I was not trying to say that she was better than any of the 12 players that was on the squad.
What Caitlin Clark has done for the game is generational, and I just, as a baller to a baller, I just want to say thank you to you, Caitlin Clark.
Remember when everyone said women's sports could never compete with men's? Well, Caitlin Clark just said, "Hold my Gatorade," and proceeded to break the internet. She's not just competing, she's winning. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But don't take my word for it. We've got cold, hard facts that are going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about sports popularity. From record-breaking viewership to insane social media numbers, Clark is doing things we've never seen before. And trust me, some of these comparisons to NBA stars will leave you speechless. Caitlin Clark isn't just tearing it up on the court, she's changing the entire game before even stepping foot on a WNBA floor. Remember when everyone said women's sports couldn't compete? Clark just looked at that idea and said, "Watch this." Let's talk about her jersey sales. They're not just good, they're historic. Clark's jersey broke the single-day record for most jersey sales in Fanatics history. That's not just for women's basketball. That's for any sport, any player ever. You know what's even crazier? She's outselling some of the biggest names in the NBA.
Someone asked me whether we were a charity, and I said, like a 501c3.
Was that offensive to you?
No, well, it was not shocking to me.
What Caitlin Clark has done for the game is generational, and I just, as a baller to a baller, I just want to say thank you to you, Caitlin Clark.
Female basketball, women's basketball has been starving for recognition for so long, all the hard work.
A rookie in the WNBA is leaving established NBA superstars in the dust when it comes to merch. But it's not just about clothes. TV ratings are going through the roof whenever Clark steps on the court. During her rookie season, 21 out of 24 games that pulled in over 1 million viewers featured Clark and the Indiana Fever. That's insane. We're talking about regular season games here, not even playoffs, and they're drawing bigger crowds than some NBA matchups. You want to know the shocking truth about Clark's impact? Her games are contributing to some of the highest ratings the WNBA has ever seen. The 2024 WNBA draft, where Clark was the star of the show, peaked at 3.09 million viewers. That's smashing previous records like they're nothing. Even the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, can't ignore what's happening. She said, "She's clearly an unbelievable player, came in with an unbelievable following, has brought a lot of new fans to the league." That's not just hype, that's cold hard facts, backed up by the numbers. Bill Simmons, a guy who knows a thing or two about sports media, put it this way. Her stardom in a way has changed many conversations about sports, I feel like, especially women's sports. Clark isn't just changing the game on the court, she's changing how we talk about sports, period. And you know what's the craziest part of all this? This is just the beginning of her pro career. Clark's only just getting started, and she's already rewriting the playbook for sports stardom. The question isn't if she'll keep breaking records, it's how many records she'll break before she's done. Clark's popularity isn't just hype, it's cold, hard facts. Let's break it down and see how she stacks up against some of the NBA's brightest stars. First up, social media. Clark's got a whopping 3 million followers across X, Instagram, and TikTok. That's not just good, that's superstar territory. She's giving some of the NBA's young guns a run for their money in the follower game. And it's not just about numbers, her engagement is off the charts. Now let's talk Google Trends. You know, where people go when they want to know more about someone. Clark isn't just holding her own here.
Really could. But you know what? Why? Why do that? When there's a better person to talk to about what I believe is the golden era of the WNBA.
I appreciate the conversation around it, but as I joined the league when we weren't even in our 25th season and the men's leagues are in their 75th and 105th and 110th season.
You know, when I walked in here before the game, there were just hundreds of fans lined up.
Oh, yeah.
She's beating out some established NBA players. People are searching for her more than guys who've been in the league for years. That's not just impressive, it's game-changing. But here's where it gets really wild. Bill Simmons, a guy who knows sports inside and out, said Clark is a bigger star than any NBA player under 30. Yeah, you heard that right. He's not just talking about her skills on the court, he's talking about her ability to draw eyeballs and change the conversation around sports. Speaking of eyeballs, Clark's games are pulling in TV ratings that are making NBA execs nervous. Some of her matchups, especially those against Angel Reese, have drawn bigger audiences than NBA playoff games. That's not supposed to happen, right? Well, Clark didn't get that memo. Even Stephen A. Smith, who's seen it all in sports, is calling Clark box office. That's not a term he throws around lightly. He's saying she's got that magic ability to attract attention and viewers that usually only the biggest NBA stars have. And get this, Clark's appeal might be going global. The NBA's been worldwide for years, but there's buzz that Clark could have that same kind of international pull. We're still crunching the numbers on that, but the fact that we're even having this conversation is mind-blowing.
In college, Caitlin Clark was named the winner of the Nancy Lieberman Point Guard of the Year 2 years in a row, if I remember correctly. And hits for months because I wanted her on Team USA, and I was not trying to say that she was better than any of the 12 players that was on the squad. You clearly feel such a level of appreciation for the greatness, for the potential and the greatness that we're witnessing from Caitlin Clark.
So why are NBA fans freaking out about Clark's popularity? Because she's not just changing women's basketball, she's changing the entire sports landscape. She's proving that star power isn't about gender, it's about talent and charisma, and Clark's got both in spades. But here's the kicker, we're just getting started. Clark's impact on the WNBA is going to be huge, and we haven't even seen her play her first pro game yet. Buckle up, folks. The Clark era is just beginning, and it's going to be one hell of a ride. All right, let's wrap this up. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing women's basketball, she's flipping the entire sports world on its head. We've seen the numbers, the jersey sales, the TV ratings. It's not even a question if she'll surpass NBA stars in popularity anymore. The real question is, when's it gonna happen? Think about it. Clark's already got endorsement deals that are making NBA players jealous. She's got a $28 million contract with Nike, and Gatorade's knocking on her door. And get this, she hasn't even played her first pro game yet. But here's the kicker. Clark's about to hit the NBA All-Star Weekend. Yeah, you heard that right. She's gonna be in the three-point shootout, showing off those insane skills we've all been talking about. You know what that means? More eyes on Clark, more fans, more everything. So keep your eyes peeled, folks. Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records. She's completely rewriting what it means to be a sports superstar. And trust me, this is just the beginning.